And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk program. We got a great show lined up today. Let me get my notes set up. I'm going to tell you what. The bad news is you're not rich today or tomorrow. The good news is there is a crypto company that's going to become a trust bank. And what we're seeing now is a lot of this happening. We're seeing Blackrock involved in this, Dtcc involved in this, Fidelity involved in this, all the big players. Now, I can't tell you when all this stuff takes off. They're still putting it all together right now. They're tokenizing bonds and stuff. I can't say when it all takes off. I can show you what cryptos are making it happen. I can show you what cryptos are being used to tokenize the bond markets and repo markets and stuff. This is all where all the money is. I don't understand all this banking and how they do all this stuff and all these investment companies, but I know what cryptos they're using to do all this with. And that's what we're going to go over today. Why am I smelling smoke, like candle smoke? Let us start Rinky Dinky 7. Welcome to the entry-level membership program here. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. None of the above. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about financial advice. What I do know is hardcore street drug use. That's what I know. And any kind of advice that you heard from me is not from a financial advisor, okay? So let's wrap that up and get into this. Let's look at the article right here. Here's the article that started it all. Copy and paste. Right there. Now we're going to read this article. It's going to be very boring. It's a very short article. I want you to see. This article is super short. We're going to read it, and you're going to be like, well, what's the point of this? See, this is what Crypto Hulk does. I'll take an article that shows you nothing at all, and I'm going to show you about 10 cryptos that make up this whole article. Okay, you can't even see them now, but you're going to see them once I get started here. Laser Digital. Now, there's a company called Laser Digital, and they want to be a bank, a trust bank, okay? They're a Japanese entity. Oh, and they're wanting to become a bank. Have you noticed what's going on here? All of a sudden now, we're having companies from around the world applying to open up a bank in the United States. In this case, a trust bank. Now, when Trump took office, he said he's going to be a crypto president. We're still seeing that. But what we're seeing is the office of the comptroller of the currency. They're in charge of all the banks. So they're starting to pass out licenses like candy. Okay, this didn't happen before. Now, all these companies, they all want to jump in to sell crypto. Everybody, look, they're getting it all set up. You got to have licenses, and guess what? You got to pay that tax and all this other stuff. You want to get rich off crypto? You're going to have to pay tax. You're not going to be this anonymous person that hides out with your little ledger and your billions of dollars. That's just not going to happen, man. I don't know where you guys get that at. Laser Digital, the crypto arm of the Japanese investment bank Nomura. So Nomura, Nomura. They are a real bank. They're an investment bank in Japan. And they want to come to America. But they're going to do this thing called a trust bank, okay? I want you to watch what's happening because this is happening over and over and over. They're getting all set up. You're not going to get rich tomorrow. What I'm showing you is what's happening right now. They're applying for a license. When will all this pass? I don't know, maybe like 8 months from now. They'll be ready to go by the end of the year, maybe the first of the year, 2027, possibly. What we're doing today is I'm showing you 10 months early. Let's say before this thing even launches, 10 months. I'm showing you 10 months in advance what's going to happen, what crypto, maybe they get it going in 6 months. I have no idea. Maybe it's 3 months. I have no idea. What I do have an idea about is what crypto they're using. That's what we will know. And you'll have the opportunity to buy. But some of you are just looking at today, tomorrow. So you'll buy it today, sell it tomorrow because it won't go up. Some cases, maybe this crypto goes down. And you're off to the next crypto, the next crypto, the next one. And then when shit does take off, you don't have it because you've been selling it off because it's not going up. And then we're all rich and you end up poor. And that's how this goes. Laser Digital, the digital assets arm of the Japanese investment bank, Nomura, has announced that Laser Digital Americas Group Holdings has filed a de novo application at the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency to form Laser Digital National Trust Bank, a proposed national trust bank focused on digital assets, offering custody and spot trading services. This is not a real bank. It's not like Ripple's trying to be a trust bank just like this, okay? This is a bank that is focused on crypto. It offers custody and then crypto trading. That's what this is going to be, a trust bank. A federal charter would allow Laser Digital to operate nationally without obtaining a state-by-state custody license. If approved, the firm will offer custody of crypto integrated with spot trading and fiat currencies, as well as staking of eligible custody digital assets to institutional clients across the U.S. Now, you know what? I have a bad feeling that we're not going to be able to stake crypto. If we do, it'll be a security. That's what will be considered a security, okay? If you got crypto and you're earning a yield on it, they're going to call that a security. And then you'll have to have a security. You'll have to go somewhere that has a security license. The banks are the trust banks are going to offer institutions the ability to stake. People like you and me, I don't know. Right now, I'm not seeing it. All I'm seeing is businesses, institutions having the ability to stake. I'm not seeing any kind of articles coming out anywhere for retail. Once in a while, very once in a while. We read one the other day. It was for retail. Was it in Japan or Singapore or Taiwan or something like that? That's not going to do me any good. And it doesn't mean they're going to keep it. They could stop that. But the trend that I'm seeing is institutional staking, not you and me. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope there's DeFi and shit. We can do all that. I'm not saying there's not going to be. All I'm saying is I don't see it. Okay. That's all I'm saying is I don't see it right now. The OCC is one of the oldest, most established, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. They are the boss of all the banks in the United States. Every bank has to follow the OCC, Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. Is one of the oldest, most established, and respected regulations in the world. Oh, wow. Institutional clients are increasingly looking for ways to engage with digital assets within structures that are familiar, well-governed, and regulator supervised. So institutional, let me tell you something. Institutions are not going to get into crypto until everything's regulated. Any money laundering, none of this. I'm going to buy my crypto in secret and get rich in secret and have millions of dollars in secret, and the government's not going to know. That's fairy tale land. That shit's not going to happen. Okay. In order for us to get rich, I mean, I kind of put this out 5.5 years ago when I said I got good news and bad news. I started Crypto Hulk channel, and one of my first shows, I'm like, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is this is going to end up enslaving everybody. There's going to be taxes, laws, all kinds of stuff. But the good news is some of us are going to make it through rich. Okay. maybe you make $100 million and you got to pay $30 million in tax. I don't know how this goes. I have no idea. Some people look at it as, hey, I made $70 million. Some people look at it as I lost 30 million. I don't know. However you want to look at it. Okay. Now, that's the basis of this article. It would tell you nothing about what cryptos are doing what. This is where Crypto Halt comes in. I'm going to go ahead and I took about 2.5 hours to research this article and all the players involved. Let me check the comment section, and then I will start the deep dive with this Laser Digital. Okay. Right off the top, Laser Digital. The digital assets arm of Nomura Bank of Japan. It filed an application with the OCC of the United States of America to be a trust bank. They want to focus on crypto custody, and spot trading. Now, this bank, this trust bank, will also offer government securities. Laser Digital Bank launched in 2022. It bridges, now notice it bridges traditional finance and crypto. Later, we're going to find out what is that bridge, okay? That comes later. Well, I'll tell you what the bridge is. It's all these cryptos are the bridge. It bridges traditional finance and crypto. The guy who invented it is Dr. Avtar Sarah, CEO and founder of Libre, Libre. He pioneered securities tokenization in 2014. Listen to this. 2014, this guy was a pioneer in tokenizing crypto into real-world assets. Absolutely very interesting. This is what I'm talking about here. Laser Digital wants to get a license. Laser Digital is the arm of Nomura Bank. And the guy that invented Laser Digital, he came from a company called Libre, long old time ago. This Avtar Sarah guy. He pioneered tokenization, like when Ripple came out pretty much back then. Now, sums up here. This gets real deep because this is one of the first people that ever was tokenizing real world assets. They were doing this all the way back in 2014. Look, you guys, I don't know how far they are along with this. Maybe they got almost the whole fucking world tokenized. I have no idea. But this dude started this 12, 13 years ago. So that's a long time. Guess what Dr. Avtar Sarah founded? The first tokenization platform in the United Kingdom. Basically, for the Financial Conduct Authority approved it. He was the very first one. This comes out of like England, right? Very interesting. I thought Americans invented all this crypto. You know what? This thing is so deep. All these governments are in it. Let's just go with this. Look, all I'm doing is reading evidence that I found. I'm not making any statements about anything at all because this is probably all wrong. Okay. He founded the first tokenization platform in the United Kingdom, and the Financial Conduct Authority gave it an okay. Can you imagine that? 2014, I've never heard of crypto. Probably half of you haven't. And this motherfucker already got permission by the Financial Conduct Authority to tokenize real-world assets, to turn them into crypto. How the hell did he do that? How'd they know about that? How did the government know what the fuck he was doing 12 years ago? See what I'm saying? Like, I have to hit the bullshit meter on this one, but let me continue. This is a licensed, this Laser Digital Bank is licensed in several countries. They're partnered with, here we go, Solgius Labs. Now, it's not the crypto we've bought before, the Solgius AI. It's not that, okay? So, this guy partnered with Solgius Labs. That's Goldman Sachs. Solgius, Soldius Labs. And they did it for surveillance, and they partnered in 2025. So surveillance is just what it means. The Solgius Labs was, it's not a crypto. It was designed, it's a platform that was designed by Goldman Sachs, ex-Goldman Sachs engineers. And this platform is called HALO, H-A-L-O. What HALO does is it looks for rug pulls. I guess I didn't do a good job with Sam Bankman-Fried. It looks for rug pulls, scams, stuff like that. That's what it's supposed to do, okay? So Goldman Sachs invented this. It was probably like 2000, like a long time ago, like 2017, 18, 19 or something. Goldman Sachs was already trading, see what that they're telling us. Like I found out right here. So that's the name of the Goldman Sachs. Oh, they probably got a new one now. But the name of the Goldman Sachs AI, this is AI. They already had this a long time ago, everybody. I'm just letting you know. I found this pretty fascinating, this research today. Goldman Sachs back in 2017 is using AI. It's called HALO. So they're using AI all these years ago. I just found about AI like, I don't know, 1 or 2 years ago. They're like way ahead. And they're using AI to crypto trade. Whoa. What it does, it analyzes blockchain stuff and looks for rug pulls and looks for not normal trading activity so they can spot fake so they don't buy it. So Goldman Sachs don't get wrecked, right? Fucking amazing. Now, Nomura and Laser Digital. Who's a partner with Laser Digital is Arrington Capital. That's Brad Garlinghouse's best friend. And Kaio, K-A-I-O, they're a partner of this, Laser Digital Bank. They're a partner as well. They're going to be very important in this deep dive because Kaio is a tokenizing agent for a crypto called Stable. Here's the name of your first crypto, STBL. STBL is the name of the crypto. And Kaio is the one that helps tokenize stuff. And STBL is the name of the crypto for all that tokenization. Now that leads us into Nivara. N-I-V-A-U-R-A. Nomura was a fintech company founded in 2016. It specializes issuing bonds, loans, structured notes, and it uses blockchain to do this. It uses the Aurora platform, A-U-R-O-R-A. There's no crypto for it. Nomura is the world's, here we go. Nomura is the world's first automated cryptocurrency denominated bond. It was started in 2017. Whoa. In 2023, it was bought out by a company called Now. That's capital N, lowercase O-W, capital C, capital M Group. All one word is the Now CM is one word, and then group, in case you guys are looking this stuff up. The Now CM Group bought Nomura, and they do tokenizing of bonds. Okay. Dr. Avtar Sarah was co-founder and CEO. So this goes back to 2017 even, is when this guy's all mixed up in Nomura. And they're using something called Aura. After the acquisition, Dr. Shara founded a company called Kaio. So this dude's probably in like 3 different cryptos, right? He's like probably involved in 10 projects, all right? So he founded Kaio after he sold this. Dr. Avtar Sarah sold Nomura that he created to a company that we called Now CM Group. And then this doctor guy works on Kaio and the crypto stable, STBL. Now, Nomura, before then was known as Libre, which then became Nomura, and then the doctor sold it to the CM, the Now CM Group. And then that doctor that was working at Libre and Nomura, he then started a company called Kaio. That's where we get the crypto stable, STBL. That's the crypto's name. Aurora was a workflow automation platform. That's all that we really need to know about it. There's no crypto. Top global banks are all involved with, now at this point, with this Now CM Group and the Nomura platform, all these banks and stuff now are all over this thing, okay? Like flies on horse shit, all right? The top global banks are all involved in this token. They're tokenizing stuff way back in 2017. And Santander is up in there and Blackrock and shit. Oh, God, all these people. Euroclear is there. They integrated. So this Kaya and Stable, they integrated with Euroclear. That's an R3 Corda partner. And that's the XDC crypto, just in case you wanted. Caleb Brown sells XDC crypto. They're all mixed up in this, okay? Next, let's go over Solgius Labs, okay? I know there's a lot of companies. We'll probably be talking about, 15 companies, all right? This was a lot of fucking work. I had to make sense of all this fucking shit. It took me like 2.5 hours to do all this. This is me making sense. The amount of shit I had to read, fuck, dude, it took me like at least hour and 40 minutes to read all this shit and then 45 minutes to write all this shit out. There's a lot of companies. XDC is a sleeper. When I say XDC, you say 1970 legend. Oh my God, you guys are crazy. All right. Solgius Labs. Now remember, this is the Goldman Sachs deal, okay? Solgius Labs, because they're all mixed up in this. Every company I've talked about so far, they're all a partner. They're integrated. They're all together, all right? Founded in 2018, Solgius Labs, founded in 2018 by former Goldman Sachs engineers. It's AI-powered, and it looks for rug pulls and fraud. It uses a platform called Halo, which there's no token. Now, who's mixed up in this? Chris Giancarlo. Used to be the former Commodities Trading Futures, CFTC. He used to be the chairman. He helped invest and advise Solgius Labs, okay? So he's mixed. That's a big fucking deal. When you have an ex-Commodities Future Trading Commission chairman working with you, that's a big fucking deal, okay? He also, who joined Solgius Labs, is the senior advisor at Chainlink. Just got up and quit and went to work for Solgius Labs. The senior legal counsel at PayPal quit and went to work for Solgius Labs. And there's a bunch of other people as well that are mixed up in this. Fidelity, a company that has $12 trillion in assets, they are involved with this project. Zodiac Custody, that's a custody solution. That's Medico. That's what Ripple is, Ripple Custody. And Standard Chartered Bank, they're mixed up in this. Northern Trust, that's a R3 Corda partner with XDC. They're mixed up in this. SBI Bank, it's rumored that SBI Bank in Japan owns like 10% of the Ripple XRP tokens. They're involved in this. Next, we're going to talk about KAIO, K-A-I-O, and then we're going to talk about Stable, S-T-B-L. KAIO is formerly Libre Capital. It's an institutional tokenization engine. This KAIO, think of it as the RISE token, R-I-Z-E, that tokenizes for Canton Coin. Or you could think of KAIO is Securitize that creates tokens for Blackrock. Okay, so that's KAIO right here. Their version of KAIO. It's an institutional tokenizing engine. It bridges traditional finance to DeFi. It has tokenized 42% of that crypto SEI. You ever heard of SEI? KAIO has tokenized 42% of that, of their total locked value. Now we get into Stable, STBL. Stable allows users to mint the stable coin USST. That's United States T for token. So Stable allows users to mint this particular stable coin, the USST stable coin. It's a governance token. So Stable is a governance token. There's 10 billion of them made, and they released about 5 billion when they first came out. I don't know the current circulating supply. Dr. Avtar Sarah, he made both KAIO and Stable. Stable, the governance token, needs KAIO for real-world asset tokenization. So now I'm half done with my notes. Next, the founders. Who are the founders of this company, Stable and KAIO? Now, a guy named Reeve Collins. You know who he is? The co-founder of Tether. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. And he also founded Block V. There's the next crypto. It's Block V, B-L-O-C-K with a little V. And the price of that crypto is 0.009. So that's interesting. You got the guy that co-founded Tether. He also founded Block V, and he's involved in this Stable crypto. Okay. Now, KAIO collaborates. Listen to this. You're going to want probably some kind of position in Stable. And KAIO, too bad you can't get into KAIO, but just listen to KAIO's connections because Stable works hand in hand right with it. Look, if they're partners with KAIO, they're partners with Stable. Blackrock. Oh, shit. Stable collaborates with Ondo. Oh, shit. So KAIO is working with Blackrock. Stable has a direct partnership with Ondo. And we all know that Ondo is working with Axelar, which is a crypto that's sold at Caleb Brown. And Axelar is a partner of Ripple that has the crypto XRP sold at Caleb Brown. Now, Stable introduces what's called money as a service. That's MAAS. Nobody's had it before. Stable invented this. It's for ecosystems. Stable is for ecosystems. They're money as a service to issue programmable yield sharing stable coins. It's programmable, and it works with traditional finance. Another reason why it is programmable is because it can recognize yield and split. So it won't be considered a security because it can split off the yield, and you can still own like the crypto, and the yield goes to some other account. I'm not familiar with this whole thing, but that's how they avoid having this thing be called a security, is it's programmable. So any kind of yield that it earns, it puts it in some kind of an account. Now, Stable is on Binance. And we all know that Binance has the Cosmo SDK. We all know that Ripple has an Ethereum virtual machine sidechain built with Cosmo SDK. Ripple worked with PeerSys, a company called PeerSys, to make sidechains utilizing the Cosmo SDK. So in my opinion, there's some Ripple Ethereum virtual machine mixed up in the stable, okay, for interoperability, like the bridge. Remember, it's a bridge, right? So that's where I think they're getting this bridge at. Oh, now looky here. If you like Stellar, Stable has plans for Stellar and Solana integrations. Oh, this is what Grok says. Kaio tokenizes funds for DeFi liquidity on SEI. And guess what? HBAR comes in here. HBAR's involved in getting all this to work. Let me repeat that again. Kaio tokenizes funds for Stable, for DeFi liquidity, and they do that. They tokenize it on SEI and HBAR platform. Just I'd put that out there. Stable participated in the Abu Dhabi financial panel on stablecoin tokenization. And guess who was there? Consensus, Joseph Lubin. And guess what crypto they represent? The Linea crypto. And guess what? Swift is involved with that. Oh, God, this is getting big, isn't it? Told you. Let me go down here. Stable aligns with the Genius Act. So it's already legal because of its ability to separate, like I told you earlier, it's able to separate yield to avoid being a security. So like I said, I don't know what it does with the yield. Once it makes it, I have no idea what it does with it. But that's how this is not a security. Kaio operates under Singapore, USA legal frameworks. Kaio partners with Blackrock, Biddle. That Biddle platform, that's Ondo, Axelar, Ripple right there. Now, Komain U, Komainu. Komain U is the custody provider. That's Ledger. So if you have one of those Ledger devices, Komain U is a mixture of Ledger, Nomura, and a crypto exchange called CoinShares. Stable has partners, Franklin Templeton, Benji. Guess what that is? It's Stellar. Blackrock Biddle, again, is involved in this. Now, there's a crypto called Centrifuge, CFG. That's one I own. I got Centrifuge, and they're a part of this as well. Tell you, this is a big deep dive. Centrifuge joined Kaio September 2025. It collaborates. It collateralizes. Centrifuge collateralizes the stablecoin USST with tokenized treasuries. Last page of notes. Now, who is the Now CM? The capital N, lowercase OW, capital C, capital M, all one word, Now CM. Who is that? It's a Luxembourg fintech company. It was founded in 2019. Their job is they provide end-to-end bond issuance. They issue bonds back and forth. They are connected to Swift. Oh, shit. I told you. And then guess who Swift's going to use? Linea. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. And also this Now CM, besides being connected to Swift to facilitate these bonds issuance, is a company called LiquidNet. This Now CM works with Euroclear. They are a R3 Corda partner, which uses the XDC crypto. And Now CM, listen to this, is also connected to the DTCC. They use the Canton network. Oh, shit, the Canton coin, Caleb Brown. And the DTCC is also connected to this. and they use the R3 Corda platform, which is the XDC crypto. Oh my God, I'm telling you. I said there's a lot of cryptos today to get. Hoo-wee. It said, Grok says, with Swift is involved for seamless movement. Lastly, probably the biggest partner of them all, there's a company called Avon Ventures, AVON, Avon Ventures. Now, it's an LLC. It's FMR, Frank Mary Robert, put a space in there, LLC. What is this Avon Ventures, also known as FMR LLC? It's the parent company of Fidelity. You know, the 12 trillion in asset company. This Avon Ventures, FMR LLC, owns Fidelity. They're the parent company. Oh shit, Crypto Hulk. Avon Ventures focuses on early stage startups. That's what we're talking about right here. These three cryptos, stable. Oh, we got one more. We got one more. ASF, Adam, Sam, Frank. It's called the asymmetrical finance crypto. Asymmetrical finance. Now, let's get back to Avon. What Avon does is invest in very, very early crypto blockchain companies. That's why we're talking today about Stable, Block V, and ASF. And basically, these companies and all these companies are really brand new startups, but mainly those little companies. Avon focuses on early stage startups. They have generally Series A and Series B. So if you're accredited and you can get into Series A investments or Series B, then you can invest in these companies. This is like the biggest company, one of the biggest companies in the world. If they pick an investment fund, you probably want to get into that one. So you can go look that company up, Avon Ventures. And remember, you're dealing with Fidelity, a company with 12 trillion assets. I'll give you a little heads up. They have 30 companies. Avon Ventures is involved with 30 companies. If you're a credit investor, and I got some rich guys out there that are millionaires in the $500 club, in Crypto Hulk's $500 club, they're in there. You might want to look in for those guys. You might want to look up Avon Ventures at the 30 companies they got and pick some of those. All right. But Avon has backed a company. So here's the first company. If you're one of those accredited investors, it's called Asymmetrical Finance Company. Asymmetrical Finance Company. Now, they have a crypto by chance. Now, Avon doesn't invest in the crypto. They invest in the company. So this one, if you're rich, you can get the Asymmetrical Finance Company investment. If you're poor, you can go with the crypto. It's called ASF, and it's 3 cents, okay? And I think that's it. I'm going to leave the deep dive there. We're at 40 minutes. That's pretty good. You got some cryptos to choose from there. Let me check some comments here. Centrifuge, Mr. OG says, is available on Caleb and Brown. Mark says, I bought CFG when Hulk first talked about it. TJ Smith is like, damn, looks like I got some more buying to do after the show. Let's see here. All right, let me look. I think that's the deep dive laser digital. Let me click out of that. Okay, this one is kind of crypto related. Indirectly, it's crypto related. Trump just picked a guy for the Federal Reserve. I'm not going to deep dive and talk about this much. I'm going to cherry pick this very small article. Trump picks a guy named Kevin Warsh to chair the Federal Reserve amid pressure campaign to cut rates. What Trump's trying to do is get the Federal Reserve to cut these interest rates, and it's going to make crypto take off. I'm just letting you know, okay? I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm not telling you it's going to happen. I'm just saying if it happens. President Trump Friday said he is nominating Kevin Warsh to serve as the next chair of the Federal Reserve, filling a powerful economic role as the president pushes for lower interest rates. Warsh was a member of the Federal Reserve back in 2006, 7, 8, 9, and I think 10. When President George Bush was in office, that's when this guy was at the Federal Reserve. Lately, he's been working with billionaire investor Stanley Druckenmiller, and held economic positions at the Hoover Institution. If confirmed by the Senate, the Democrats are going to not want this guy at all. We already know. It's going to be a battle. If confirmed by the Senate, Walsh will helm at the Federal Reserve that has faced months of intense pressure from President Trump to dramatically slash rates. A move that could boost economic growth, but at the risk of sparking higher inflation. Warsh, listen to this. Warsh was picked to replace outgoing Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Oh my God. The President Trump called Powell a dumb guy and a stubborn mule. And he also called him Mr. Too Late. And then President Trump had the Justice Department give Jerome Powell like a criminal investigation. I think Powell just wants to get the fuck out of there because he's tired of dealing with Trump's bullshit. I'll tell you what, here's where the if comes in. If this guy replaces Jerome Powell, they're going to set it off, man. This thing's going to rip, okay? So all this, when they dump interest rates and people get money, they dump that shit into crypto, which causes the market to go up. I'm just letting you know. It might be a short pump, like a good one. Like, I'm just letting you know. Be ready. That's why if you get these cryptos right now, get a loan. Get a fucking loan right now. Go to Caleb Brown, buy all your shit. Stuff that they don't got, go somewhere else and get it. But get a loan, because here's the deal. Here's what I was telling some of the people that joined the $500 club. They want to get in right now. Get a loan. Some of them get $3,000. One guy got $2,000. Another guy got $10,000. Another guy got, I think, $100,000 and other things. They took loans out and stuff. Some of the $500 people got money from friends and family that wanted them to invest for them. So they joined. But anyhow, if you get this crypto and this Federal Reserve guy bumps it up, then you just pay off your loan. There you go. This crypto, I don't really see it going down anymore. I think we're kind of at the bottom, just kind of scraping and crawling along. If this guy in the Federal Reserve does what he's supposed to, that's the if, then this stuff's going to rip. I don't know how much, but it might be like 6 months. Everything was great like 6-7 months ago. Like, man, things were really good. Remember, like 8-9 months ago? Like, it was fucking crazy, right? It was fucking beautiful. That's not even like, that's just what it was then. Like, that's not even pumping it up. This guy's going to make it better than that. I'm just letting you know, your crypto might double to triple in price. Like, look at your wallet, multiply it by 2 to 3. That's what's going to happen. Then pay off a loan. So if you get a loan now, if that shit will double or triple, then just pay off the loan. And now you got free crypto. That's just what's up, man. Josh says there's a video of Kevin talking about letting the fiat system burn down and having the phoenix rise from the ashes. I like this guy. I like it. We got 15 minutes. Let me see. Okay, here's what's going on in Congress. These Democrats are fighting this shit so hard. Here's the article right here about what's going on in Congress. The Senate crypto bill finds common ground on data standards. Let's read what this is about. With the upcoming White House talks on stablecoins and growing institutional interest, United States crypto policy has entered an execution phase. That means they're going to start doing something. The chairs of the SEC and the CFTC in a joint event signaled an end. Here we go. We are at an end of fragmented crypto oversight in favor of coordinated rules. It's coming. They're telling you right here, it's coming. Congress remains divided over policy with the partisan vote. Let's take a look here real quick. Basically, you got Democrats saying no and Republicans saying yes. That's where we're at. Right here, they had a meeting and they voted 12-11 along party lines. So the Senate Agriculture Committee on Thursday morning voted 12 yes, 11 no to advance major crypto market bill that would grant. So they want they voted to see if they should put a bill before the Senate. And in the small little vote, they said, yes, let's take the bill to the Senate. They didn't, not that we'll have crypto regulation. They voted to send a bill to vote on. That's what they voted for. And it would grant, if that bill passes, it would grant the Commodity Future Trading Commission primary authority over spot trading in digital commodities. So we don't really have, they voted to allow the CFTC to have control over a portion of crypto, but we still need the big, beautiful bill law thing. So still working on that. Democrats raised alarms, oh my God, about consumer protection, conflicts of interest. Elizabeth Warren there was all going crazy, I'm sure. So is Maxine Waters. Oh, we got to look out for the people. These people are so fucking, I don't need them looking out for me. On Thursday, the SEC and the Commodity Future Trading Commission held a jointly hosted event discussing, here's what they were discussing, regulatory harmonization in the crypto era. What do they want? They want to get all these Congress people together to pass this thing. That's what they want, okay? You guys, I'm telling you what, we are at the very end of cheap crypto. When this stuff takes off, I'm not saying we're going to the moon, but everything's going to go up. It's not going to, we're not going to have 11-cent Hedera anymore. That shit's going to be like 50, 60 cents. That's where we're going. This crypto, some of it's going up 5x. And not that we're not going to get rich off that, but what that does, it makes it harder for you to get crypto. If it goes up 5x, if you got a loan of, let's say, $1,000, we're looking at $5,000. Now pay off that $1,000 loan. That's what these people are doing. I'm telling you, they're doing that same shit because they know we're not going down. We're at the tail end of crypto uncertainty. And they're telling us right here, they want harmony. They want to pass this. And when this thing passes, look at your crypto wallet. It's going up 2, 3, 4, 5x, okay? Just letting you know. I want you to be prepared. Get out the tissue paper because you're going to start crying. Tears of joy. You'd be like, damn, Crypto Hulk, how'd you know it? I'm worth $100,000 now. Crypto Hulk, I'm worth $500,000 now. Like, fuck. And then the people that didn't get a loan, now all the cryptos are like $2, $5. It used to be like a nickel. It used to be 30 cents. Now it's like $5, $6. And the people that didn't get a loan are like, oh man, I should have got a loan. Oh man, I'm so fucking stupid. Both Paul Atkins, in charge of the SEC, and Michael Selig, who's in charge of the Commodity Future Trading Commission, they both emphasize the need for clear lines between securities and commodities. Right now, nobody knows what is what. We don't have crypto laws, definitions, none of this stuff, right? I mean, what have I been telling you? There's nothing in the United States Code. Oh, yeah, Crypto Hawk, you've been saying that for 5.5 years. Yep, no other channel. Where are we at as far as time on that? Okay, we got 10 minutes. So that's what's up. They're getting close to finalizing laws. Let me look through here. Lastly, here's your last one. Now, as these corporations start utilizing crypto, look, you're not going to be rich tomorrow, so don't worry. Not next month. Hopefully in three months, we might have some crypto laws or something. Now, what we got here is you've got all these companies trying to utilize crypto on a day-to-day basis. They're going to have treasuries, meaning they're going to have a wallet, let's say. And in that wallet, you can put everything, fiat cash, crypto, gold tokens, and shit, all kinds of stuff, right? Well, what's happening right now is they're trying to get organized. You can't, how do you keep track of all this stuff? Well, this is where Ripple comes in with G Treasury, okay? Ripple Treasury. Here's your article right here. Let me copy and paste it. Here is how you make sense and organize. Like if you get paid, you're getting paid by all these people, some people with Bitcoin, some with this and that. Then you got Treasury. They're earning interest. Where do you keep the interest? And you got to separate all these things, right? So that's why nothing's happening right now. We don't have a crypto treasury until now. That's where this article comes in. No more waiting. Ripple makes a big announcement. And it's aimed at the chief financial officers. What does the CFO or a chief financial officer do for a company? It organizes the money and separates all the accounts, makes sure everybody gets paid, and makes sure they get paid by everybody. Okay? Well, right now, there's no real solution to do this. So that's why businesses, you're like, well, why don't all these people just start using crypto? Because you got to organize it, man. You know nothing about businesses. You know nothing about a business. You can't just have a business use crypto. You got to organize that shit, okay? And it's called a treasury. Well, Ripple invented something called Ripple Treasury. How about that? And then they bought the company G Treasury, digital currency treasuries amid rapid crypto adoption. Many regular businesses have begun accepting cryptocurrencies, and even more have established crypto treasuries as part of their operations. Handling crypto, however, can be somewhat challenging, especially as the adoption of stablecoins, tokenized securities, blockchain-based payments accelerates. It accelerates. Ripple, together with a company called G Treasury, a company that they bought, is now introducing Ripple Treasury. This is going to simplify it all. So all these companies that get Ripple's Treasury platform, they'll be able to separate and organize and do all this shit. It's going to be fucking amazing, okay? This is advertised as the only single provider solution that gives complete control over both traditional and crypto treasury operations. So this is what's beautiful about this. It integrates them all together. You could accept cash. You could accept paper dollars. You could have people pay in digital securities, stable coins, crypto. Okay, that's what this does. Ripple Treasury is a unified platform. Let's listen to this one. That CFOs, accountants, and treasurers will be able to leverage in managing everything from stablecoin usage to crypto acceptance on behalf of their companies and clients. This, and it's all going to settle in like 3 to 5 seconds. That's all I'm going to talk about with this one here. What has to happen, you need to understand this. In order for us to get rich, businesses have to come in and dump billions into crypto. Before they dump billions into crypto, they got to know how to hold the crypto, send it, receive it, send securities, receive them. They need to know how to do all these things. They have to organize it. So if they're ever audited by IRS, how do they know someone's not stealing their crypto? So they have to have all this stuff organized. This is where Ripple comes in. And now these companies are going to start adopting this treasury. More and more companies are going to join Ripple. Or let's say a company like a bank or a money transmitter buys the Ripple treasury technology, then you can just simply buy that company, and then now you got Ripple treasury program all ready to go. So that's another option how that happens. So today's program, we're looking at institutions. It seems like right now, every day, we're looking at institutional use of crypto. How are they getting hooked up? What are they doing? What companies are collaborating with what? Who's using crypto for bonds, treasuries, all these things? This is what we're seeing. It's not about people like you and me buying crypto to bump the price. That's stupid fucking shit right there. The way we get rich is what I'm showing you right here. Legislation, regulation, tokenization. All these things have to happen. Adoption and all these things. It's not going to be today, tomorrow. Might even be next year. Who knows? But what we do on Crypto Hulk shows, we look at fundamentals. We look at the biggest companies and the smaller ones and see what are they doing, which we just looked at. What are they doing? And then we look at what cryptos are they using. I already showed you all of them. I named them. I told you where you can get a lot of them. Caleb Brown. And that's what I saw today for news. I'm going to look, when this show's over, I'm going to pass it off to the open show. They're going to probably start snatching up all these cryptos that I talked about. They're going to start buying them up. And that is what I got for today. Tomorrow, I'll have to find news. I don't have anything for tomorrow morning. I'm going to try to make an AM show. I don't know if I got news. If I don't, then I'll probably have a PM show. And I'll see you then.